Hey, this is Brooke, functional medicine dietitian specializing in fertility, and this is the Fertility Dietitian podcast, where I help you uncover the barriers that are preventing you from optimizing your fertility and teach you how to work with your body to finally take home a healthy baby. Each week, I will be diving into different topics on fertility and sharing my perspective on physiology, metabolic health, nutrition, and lifestyle approaches that have helped hundreds of couples get pregnant even after years of heartache. My goal is to empower you with the knowledge you need to take back control of your fertility. Happy listening. We are talking about top tips for managing endometriosis holistically in today's episode. So symptoms of endometriosis can vary widely, and the road to diagnosis can take years. And not everyone with endometriosis has severe pain. Okay, so this is a really important thing to know. The first red flag can be infertility, and 1 in 3 infertility cases are thought to involve endometriosis. But unfortunately, if endo is found, surgery is the only treatment that your doctor will likely provide other than IUI or IVF. Common symptoms of endometriosis do include painful periods, but infertility, pain with intercourse, pain with bowel movements or urination, heavy periods, and digestive concerns like constipation, diarrhea, and bloating, and even lower back pain, leg pain, and sciatica. Endometriosis can be very challenging to diagnose, and finding the triggers isn't always straightforward. But the good news is that there is actually a lot more you can do to manage endometriosis and improve your chances of conceiving outside of surgery. Nutrition and lifestyle are, when they are targeted to your body, can actually decrease inflammation, support your immune system, and improve digestion, all of which can decrease the pain and support egg quality. No matter how you are able to conceive, these factors can have a really big impact on your daily life. Endometriosis is an inflammatory disease with autoimmune characteristics. The inflammation and autoimmune activity can be triggered by hormone changes and worsened by chronic environmental toxin exposure, especially endocrine disrupting chemicals that mimic hormones. So, while decreasing toxic burden is helpful to support just a toxic load and the inflammation aspect of endometriosis, we also need to think about how estrogen is being metabolized. Women with endometriosis tend to metabolize estrogen down inflammatory pathways. And we can look more into this with a Dutch test, but we typically know that we want to be blocking these pathways, these inflammatory estrogen pathways, and providing enough resources to support anti-inflammatory pathways for estrogen metabolism in order to decrease the inflammation and the endo growth. All right. So a major part of supporting estrogen balance is supporting gut health. We can eliminate excess estrogen in the stool. And so you need to be having daily bowel movements that are solid and supporting full elimination every day. And this is a really important part of that estrogen balance piece. And fiber and hydration are really helpful tools for this, along with making sure you are eating enough. I don't recommend experimenting with food group elimination or restrictive diets, as they typically have many gaps for supporting fertility. If you have implemented the foundations that we'll talk a little bit more about and are still struggling with tummy troubles, I recommend considering a GI map test, which is a deeper dive in looking at the microbiome and how digestion and absorption is going in your gut, really learning about the health of that mucosal lining or your intestinal lining. All right, so there's a lot of good news here. Nutrition and lifestyle can help you decrease inflammation, improve the immune response, and support your natural detox pathways, and even support your hormone balance. Okay. Reduction in endometrial growth can take 6 to 12 months with dietary changes. And if you've recently had a laparoscopic surgery, nutrition and lifestyle can help you prolong and even greatly reduce the need for future surgeries. We know that endometriosis is an inflammatory disease, and we also know that certain nutrients and herbs have powerful anti inflammatory effects. So, while reducing inflammation helps manage pain and decrease growth, increasing antioxidant intake helps to repair damage and prevent further damage over time. So, let's talk about how to do this. So my top tips for endometriosis management are starting now. So, get out your pen and paper or get ready to pause and re listen to these sections. First, we want to think about decreasing inflammation and supporting estrogen metabolism, which we can do with the help of nutrition, using herbs and spices liberally, especially ginger, chamomile, turmeric, peppermint, and lavender. Increasing omega 3 fatty acids also help with the inflammation piece. Think about wild caught salmon, sardines, pasture raised eggs, olive oil. We can also support the estrogen metabolism with increasing fiber like berries, avocado, artichoke hearts, ground flax seeds, and think about increasing your cruciferous veggies for estrogen support as well. Cabbage, cauliflower, kale, Brussels sprouts, and broccoli all fall into that category too. And we can also support the whole immune system as well as inflammation piece by boosting minerals and mineral rich foods. Think about organ meats, real salt, fruits, roots like beets and carrots, making sure you're keeping the skin on those carrots for the extra benefit there of the fiber as well. Starchy veggies like winter squash and potatoes are mineral rich too. Fish and shellfish, also very supportive. Collagen, gelatin. We also get those from meat on the bone, slow cooked meats, bone broth, and high quality dairy too. So I know there's a few things that are controversial in here as far as whether to eat or not eat with endometriosis. But when we're thinking about overall nutrient status and how we support our immune system, there's always going to be nuance based on the individual and how you respond to certain things. Okay, so if you're looking for really individualized support, I do offer that as well. But this is a really good place to start focusing overall with the nutrition. Okay. Next, we want to talk about stress management. So, stress is a really big part of inflammation and even immune system response in the body. And so, calming those things down includes thinking about how we are adapting to stress and managing stress. Some tips to manage stress include taking deep breaths or being really mindful of deep breathing. Pairing deep breathing with mealtime can be extra supportive for the gut health piece as well. Daily movement is very supportive. Think walking for 20 or more minutes a day, ditching screen time at least an hour before bed to do things like read, stretch, breathe, journal. Also, very supportive. Managing stress. Part of managing stress is supporting sleep quality too. All right. So, ways to think about how you might improve your body's adaptation to stress include things like boosting minerals. So, we talked about that with diet, but we can also do things like a mineral rich foot soak or mineral bath, for instance. Incorporating foods that are rich in omega 3s can actually help our body adapt to stress too. Making sure you're eating enough regularly, managing that blood sugar plays a really big role in how our body is adapting to stress too. And balancing meals with carbs, protein, and fat is all very supportive as well. All right, so we're talking about the nutrition piece, the stress piece. Another really important area to focus on is sleep. And sleep is the time that your body is going to rest and repair cells and do some major cleaning up or detoxing. You have to make sleep a priority, a top priority. So cleaning up or detoxing happens with a little bit of help of our detox organs like your liver. And to get the benefits of good quality sleep, it is really important to aim for 7 to 9 hours every night with a consistent bedtime, ideally before 11 p.m., and a consistent wake time as well. Waking with natural light is really supportive, or getting outside and getting that natural light exposure first thing is also very supportive of sleep quality the following night, too. All right, so another area that we really want to focus on is just supporting your natural detox pathways, which includes decreasing toxic burden or toxin exposure in your environment. So, the first way to do that is to really think about ditching artificial fragrances. Phthalates and phytates as well are things that you want to try to limit or decrease as much as possible. Some really big heavy hitters are going to be like laundry detergent, dish soap, because we're living in our clothes all day, sleeping in our sheets all night. So what they're washed in makes a difference. We're soaking everything in through our skin, and then everything you are putting through the dishwasher is going to have that soap residue on it too. Even after it's rinsed, there's definitely things that are left over. So thinking about swapping those two areas can make a big difference. And then if you're using any artificial fragrances as room fresheners or candles or anything like that, get rid of them. These are really big endocrine disrupting chemicals that put a higher toxic burden on our body. Okay. So after decreasing, or as you're decreasing exposures, you also want to think about supporting your natural detox pathways, which are your organs in your body. And please remember that cleanses, or quote unquote detoxes, are not really supportive of our natural detox pathways, because our detox organs require a lot of nutrients. So if we're flushing everything out, it's kind of doing the opposite of supporting detox. Okay. You want to make sure that you're having 1 to 3 bowel movements daily with the help of the nutrition tips that we've already talked about. You want to make sure that you're incorporating nutrient dense foods like the protein and produce ideas we talked about above, making sure that you're adding in minerals. So, mineral soaks, mineral mocktails, for instance, can be very supportive. And practicing deep breathing daily, also very helpful too. Our nervous system regulation is going to be important for how we are supporting our detox pathways as well. Sweating is also very helpful. Sweating several times per week with movement or sauna is also going to be very supportive, as our skin is part of our detox system too. So targeted testing can be really helpful in determining whether you need additional detox support, and it can make a really big difference in learning how to support egg quality and reproductive function for your body specifically. If you're looking for even more tips, please check out my Endo mini course, where you will find more info on all of the above, plus lab recommendations, recipes, mineral beverage recipes. You'll learn how to decrease toxins in personal care and cleaning products on a deeper level. And you'll even get VIP access to ask me questions for a period of time. And of course, as always, if you are looking for a partner to help you dive deeper, I'd love to support you. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Fertility Dietitian podcast. If you enjoyed it, please leave a review to let me know what topics you want more of or less of. If you want to keep learning, subscribe at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Check out my website for more info on my private coaching program, Master Your Fertility, or my membership community, Fertility Blueprint. And don't forget my digital store. Come say hi on YouTube and Instagram. See you in the next episode.